I just need to vent and have nowhere else to do so. I'm sorry for the rant, but this is all I have right now. Mods, if you don't post this I understand, I just need to yell at the wind. This is a throwaway account because my other account is followed/identified by enough of my coworkers and I don't want this to be something I have to deal with in every part of my life. My 32M wife, 30F, joined the Army Reserves, US, a few years ago, mostly for healthcare benefits and for whatever reasons she had at the time. I work a corporate job and am lucky enough to be remote 98% of the time. I have to travel but it's rare and my work knows my wife is on deployment and they don't make me travel at all until she's back. Her deployment is over a year long. We talk weekly over phone/FaceTime and pretty usually over text. A few weeks ago I was joking with her and asked if she was sleeping around over there as there was a natural joke to be made at that part of the conversation, and she laughed saying that she'd never do that and that all the guys are gross anyway, which was also seemingly a natural response at the time. There is a guy in her unit that I know through another person. Me and the other person share a hobby, and this guy hobbies with him, so we chatted a couple of times at one of her reserve functions, exchanged numbers and have texted a couple of times about that hobby, but other than that I don't know him at all. A week ago he texted me and told me that my wife was sleeping with one of the guys in her unit, and just about everyone knew it except for her roommate. He told me he said something to her about it and she laughed it off, so he took a video of them in the act. For me, I didn't tell him to do any of this. The video is completely compelling if you get my drift. I haven't seen the whole thing because it's too big to send, but the stills from it are pornographic. I've never really spent much time on this sub before this, but I see too many people glorifying cheating. Even proud they did it. Let me tell you the impact this is having on me. I work from home all week. We have 3 kids under 5 and live far enough away from anything to make everything hard. Shopping, doctor's appointments, trips to the vet for the dog, and there is no babysitters/nannies to help. My day is spent completely doing things that are not for me. Work, feeding the kids, clothing the kids, cleaning up from the kids, the dog, the cat, shoveling snow, grocery shopping, etc. I have no idea how I would go to the gym or even go for a walk alone. I get to bed around 1 a.m. and am up for the first kid at around 6. Every day. Weekends are no better. Work just gets replaced with Costco and errands with 3 kids. To say I'm tired is a monumental understatement. Yesterday, our scheduled call day, I asked her about it and she again told me I was being paranoid, and just because she's a woman surrounded by men doesn't mean she's having sex with all of them. I blew up. I'm just too tired to regulate all of my emotions all of the time. I have to save what little energy I have to be even keeled around the kids and work. Confronted with the photos from the video, she got super angry about who took the video, like it was an invasion of her privacy. Then she said she was just bored and horny and it didn't mean anything. That he was married too and they just needed something. Which made me even more angry. I wish I was bored. I wish I had the energy to be horny. I have to do everything and she just gets to fuck her coworkers because she's bored. I ranted for about 5 minutes before I wore myself out and the kids were getting upset. They were in the next room but heard me yelling. What you all who cheat don't get, is that it's not necessarily about the sex. I never wanted to be a single dad. I never wanted to go through life without a partner. I never cheated, or even came close. The disrespect is way too much now. Like, how can you not see that your actions affect others? She texted me and told me she was now extremely guilty and sees how, to me, it was much more than masturbating with a real cock, which is evidently how she sees it. She didn't think about how it would affect me. I asked her if she loved the guy, and she actually said no, he's married. Like WTF. Anyway, when she told me she felt guilty, I told her I'll make it easy for her and we'll get a divorce. Which is laughable, because how TF am I supposed to meet with a lawyer? Bring the kids? I'm going to call around and see if one will do a house call. Like WTF. But the marriage is over. It's the lie. The lie to my face and the disrespect. I am lucky enough to make a lot of money at my job. She's an E3. She can go be an E3 on her own somewhere. She can go active and go be a barracks bunny for all I care. I'm going to tell her that she's not welcome here anymore, not in my house, not in my life. When she gets back in a few months, she can figure out housing, a car, whatever on her own. I know she can't be sued/divorced against her while on deployment, but that ends when she gets back and off of active status. And that'll be it. I have no idea what I'm going to do raising these kids for the rest of my life on my own. I can't give them 100% of my time. It's sobering realizing I'm going to give up my own wants to focus on them and keeping a roof over our heads, when just a few months ago I, or so I thought, had a partner that allowed me to go for a run or do my hobby. I know that day will come again, but I'm worried I'll be just too tired. Your cheating destroys people. Destroys them in ways you'll never understand. If you want to cheat, just end the relationship. If you don't, then fuck you. It's the lying, the disrespect. You want to have yours and fuck the other person, then want to pretend it's all okay because you made a mistake. Fuck you. I will watch with glee as she hopefully has to return home, because she's not from here and it's a very HCOL area where she's not going to be able to remotely afford rent on E3 pay with no resume. Hopefully she'll never see the kids again and join her family as poverty and drugs. I wish nothing but the worst for her, because that's all my exhausted brain can muster. I know it's draining my wisp of energy to be angry, but I'm too tired to stop it, so whatever. I've also decided to make it my life's work, and thankfully I'm in a position to do so via my work, to destroy cheaters, so there's that too. Thank the two of you who actually read the whole thing. I'm sorry it was so long. Update: since some of you wanted an update and typing this shit out helps me organize my emotions, here's a small one. For those who don't know, any JAG will help any spouse regardless of branch/duty status, but there's not much they can do other than help you understand the law, according to the office I just spoke with. I do have a meeting scheduled with them for late next week as there are no JAG lawyers available this week. It also didn't really seem like much of a priority for them, or maybe it's just routine. I do have a consult with a civilian lawyer scheduled for later today. I'm not going to contact her chain of command directly, that'll be something the lawyer can do as it may have more impact. I'll talk with him, her about it. I'm not going to contact the guy's wife until after the holidays. If she's stretched as thin as I am, I can't do this to another person right now. I did tell her family, well, her brother-in-law is the only person I have a phone number for. He called me immediately and we talked for a while and I realized I've never really talked to the guy before. They live several states away but may come down and visit. I know a lot of you are asking for updates, but the reality is there likely won't be much for a while until I can meet with a lawyer, contact the chain of command, if that's the lawyer's advice, and, most importantly, when she gets back from deployment, which is months away. I'm not 100% sure I'll even be told what the outcome of any UCMJ action would be against her/the other guy. Thank all of you for all of your support. I can't tell you how much it means to have so many internet strangers be kind and supportive. Oh, and as a reminder, don't fucking cheat. Whatever cheating means to your relationship, don't do it. Just grow the fuck up. Update 2, talked with the lawyer and obviously this is going to have to go on for a while, but she's confident that there will be at most 2.5 years of alimony if any at all. She's leaning toward there being none. Our state caps the length of the alimony based on the length of the marriage, also takes into account the reason for the divorce with adultery being an at-fault condition. She's confident there will be little to no spousal support for her, also confident that I'll be the primary custodian of the kids with 50-50 legal custody. Also, confident that we'll be able to pull child support out of her, so that's nice. This last part is funny to me but may be yet another FAFO moment for her. This is just one meeting out of what I imagine to be many very expensive ones, but whatever. I've had a nap and am feeling better about my life moving forward. The lawyer will also deal with her chain of command as she was a prior JAG, she'll be better with it than I would even though that's going to cost me money. She advised no further discussion with anyone about this, like the other spouse, wasn't really happy about this here post, most likely will be disappointed in me for the update. There will likely not be many updates for a while, by then most of you all will have moved on to the next tragedy on this horrible sub, but I will post updates as I get them unless the lawyer orders me to stop. Then I'll just post the whole update after the judge stamps the divorce. Also, if this isn't the proper way to post updates, please tell me. I've never posted anything on Reddit that anyone ever wanted an update for. Oh, and I'm not sending anyone the video/pictures of her, so stop asking. Some of you people need to go see a mental health professional. The fact that this list is growing is disgusting. Echo threads.